You've probably seen this map before. It's the US. But how many colors do you see? Go ahead, count them up. I'll wait. Or let's say a map of Australia. How many colors do you see? It's a little bit easier, a little bit smaller. But what about, let's say, I don't know, the map of the world? That's right, only 4 colors. And you're going to learn how to do this today in this next episode of How to Color Like a Math Master. What's up, everybody? Hey, it's Mr. C coming back to you with another episode of STEM with Mr. C. Hey, today we've got something really cool, at least what I think is cool, and we're basically just going to color. That's all we're going to do. We're going to do coloring, but we're going to do it a math way, right? And this episode is actually called How to Color a Map Like a Math Master. So we're going to be math masters today. So if you saw my beginning, you've noticed that you don't need a lot of colors to color a map. The one I showed you has 4 colors. I actually have one in my house that's colored with 5. And this actually goes back to a theory, right? Theory, right on the bottom. Let's throw it up there, define that. It's called the Four Color Theorem. And this actually came up as early as 1852. And this guy, Francis Guthrie, came up with this, and he was mapping out England, and he's like, I only really need 4 colors to do this. And this actually wasn't proven until about the 1970s, and that we actually can color a map with only 4 colors. You can also do it with 5, but it's actually kind of really cool because we're used to just using a lot of colors to color things, right? But this is going to be a very efficient way how to color maps, okay? And we're going to talk about what this means, why we do it, like who really cares. Mr. C, I don't want to color maps when I grow up. I don't want to be a cartographer. Another good word, cartographer. Throw it up on the board, Mr. C. That's a cartographer. So yes, this has little to do with map making, okay? Actually, if you're a cartographer, you probably don't care about the 4 color theorem, but this has a lot to do with math and patterns. So let's go ahead and throw our materials up on the board. You are gonna need a couple pieces of paper. I've got, well, a lot. Need a couple pieces because we're gonna go through about 3 or 4 different shapes. Okay, this is part 1. Part 2, you actually get to do maps. Okay, and you're gonna need some colors. Okay, pick your 4 favorite colors. I don't really care. I'm gonna go with green, red, blue, and then I've got a orange, a highlighter orange, okay? I'm also gonna use a straight edge, right? I'm using, actually this is my protractor. I'm just gonna use it to draw squares, and then I have a black marker to draw in the squares. And that's all you really need. That's gonna be it. We are gonna do a couple circles, so if you want to get a compass and draw circles, you can, or I'm just gonna freehand it, okay? So let's go ahead and get my top-down view, and let's just start coloring. Oh!
Oops, my bad.
I almost forgot the rules. Okay, the rules are, you can use 4 colors, but the 4 colors, the colors may not touch each other. So here's an example over here, right? So if I have squares right here, okay, I can have a red square and a blue square, but I can't have a red square next to a red square. Does that make sense? I can have them diagonally, because they're not touching just diagonally, but I can't have the faces touching the same color, okay? If that makes sense, great. If it doesn't, you'll catch on as soon as we come up and you get my top-down view, and here we go. All right, everybody, thanks for sticking with me. Our first thing we're gonna draw, this is gonna be number 1. So our first thing we're just gonna draw a big square, and we're gonna divide it into 9 squares. So it'll look like this. Just draw your square, and I'm gonna make it as long as my protractor. It doesn't need to be perfect. If you just want to freehand a square, that's fine. This is more just about coloring and not about making perfect squares. You want to make perfect squares, go ahead. All right, and now we're just going to divide this. There's my square, and now we're going to divide it. I'm going to do it first right here, and I'm going to draw a line across. And I'm going to draw another line across. Boom. Now again, they're not the same size. For this exercise, doesn't matter, okay? Let's go ahead and do the same thing. Now let's do it up here. Okay. And boom. Okay, so here we have 9 squares. Now, if you were looking at this, how many colors do you think you need to color this in? Now, you could use 9 colors, right? You could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You could even do maybe 5 or 4, but what do you guys think? So I'm going to tell you, and this is going to be the first one, I'm going to show you, and I'm just going to color this in. I'm not going to tell you the answer. I am just going to color it in using 2 colors. And I'm going to speed this up for you. I'm going to use 2 colors, but I have my other ones here just in case. All right? And I'm not going to color them all in. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of scribble it. It'll take a while. And here we go. And done. Look at that. I only needed 2 colors. Now, how does that work? Well, look at my red. My red squares are not touching other red squares, okay? So they're sharing a corner, but that's okay, right? It's okay if they share a corner, they just can't share a side. And this is actually really efficient. We only needed 2 colors to color 9 squares. And you see how they alternate. Red, blue, red. Blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. None of the colors, the same colors, are touching each other. All right, that's pretty cool, right? This was number 1. Not too bad. Oh, and I did that backwards. I'm trying to write backwards, or upside down and backwards. There we go. This was number 1, okay? And that's a good warm-up because this gets you into the rules. Basically saying 2 sections that share a common edge cannot be colored the same. Meaning 2 sections that share a common edge cannot be the same color. Okay, and we've just done that. All right, cool. Go ahead and get another piece of paper. And now let's go to level 2. Let's do level 2. So let's do the same thing. We're going to do our square again, and I'm going to mix things up. So go ahead and draw your big square again. And now I'm going to do another horizontal line, but I'm going to stop right here. So watch what I do. I stop right there. Okay, and that's what we want. That is what we are going for right now. Now, take a look at it. Tell me, how many colors do you think we need to color this in? What do you think? Okay. Now you might have said 2 colors, right? Because of our last one. But look at the similarities here. Okay, and I'm gonna scooch this down. So you see this, I kind of messed us up a little bit by removing this line. So here is a great way, and I wanna show you this. If you're going to be using markers, it's going to be really hard because you're going to be probably throwing a lot of papers away. If you're using pencils, it's going to be a little more difficult because then you're erasing a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to get out some beads. Okay? Now, again, this was not on the list because it's just one of these things. If you have them, great. If you don't, that's fine. You don't have to have these. You can use anything if you want. I'm just using beads, and I'm going to get out all my red beads, and I'm going to get out some blue beads. Now this is a great way, and this actually is going to set you up for when you learn what's called graph theory. This is going to really set you up when we do this, when you get a little older and you go into middle school and high school. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this, put this back here, and now what we can do is we can test, right? Without coloring or drawing, we can just set up our beads this way, right? Not bad. So far, so good. But now we've got kind of a problem here. Get out of there, red bead. What are you doing? We got kind of a problem here. So I've got blue, red, blue, red, blue, blue, red. Okay, so far, so good. None of the edges share a common color. Red, blue, right? Blue, red, red, blue. Blue, red, red, blue. So they alternate. But look at here. I can't put blue here because then that would be against the rules, right? See how it's sharing those two edges? Okay, and I can't use red because now I'm sharing this side, right? Or that edge. So that's a problem, but I'm just gonna go ahead and swap out and put a green. Now look at that. So I had to use 3 colors, and that's okay, right? It's okay if we use 3 colors. You know, we're trying to limit it to 4 colors. So 3 is fine, 2 is great, 3 is fine. But look how efficient this is. None of our colors share a side. So let's go ahead and color this in and see what it looks like. And look at that, right? So that definitely works. So, you know, green, blue. So green is fine. There's nothing touching, no other green, so we're good. And then we still have blue, red, blue, blue, red, blue, red. None of the sides share a color, so we are good to go. Awesome. Man, that feels good. Look, that's pretty cool, right? Okay, let's do number 3. Go ahead and get a fresh piece of paper. That fresh piece of paper, and this is going to be number 3. And we're going to draw 2 circles. So draw a small circle. Again, see, I told you I'm just going to freehand it. Draw a larger circle. So you have a donut, and then just go zoop, 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 and zoop. Again, sound effects are optional, but it does make it more fun when you draw. I do it all the time. So now, what do you think, right? How many colors do you think we need for this? This is a little more complicated, okay? We're on level 3 now. A little more complicated. And let's use our other, see, let's look at here. Remember, we have 3 colors here. So we can try this out. And let's try this out by trial and error. Oh, there's a familiar vocabulary word, trial and error. I know we did that before. I know we've talked about it before. Tony, what are you doing? Tony's climbing under my computer. I don't know, I don't get it. Kat, what are you doing? So let's try it out. Let's alternate our colors first. Okay, so if we do it this way, well, okay. I mean, we could easily do this, right? Let's just do 4 different colors, right? We could easily do 4 different colors. And then we can do, I don't know, let's do gray. And then I'll do a blue over here. So we could use 4, red. We have red, blue, green, and gray. Okay, 4 colors. Hey, that works. But watch this. Back to 3 colors. Check it out, right? Blue and blue aren't touching each other. Red and red aren't touching each other. And then my green separates all of them. So let's color that in and see what that looks like. And look at that, right? We have our 3 colors, and it definitely works, right? We'll double check, right? Blue and blue don't touch each other. Red and red don't touch each other, and our green is right in the center. Wow, that's pretty cool. I like that. All right, let's check it out. Let's do another one. We're gonna go to level 4, and then we will likely do one more. I'll bring it up to level 5, and then the fun starts in a couple weeks, and then we get back into some maps. So go ahead and grab another sheet of paper. Okay. And let's go ahead, we're gonna do the same thing, So go ahead and draw that donut. Go ahead and draw your donut first. Just draw the donut because I'm gonna get creative here. And what I want you to do is draw a line. And you can get it as close as you can to me, right? If it's not exactly the same, it doesn't matter, it's fine, right? And then I'm gonna bring this around and set it up right there. So I'm gonna give you a minute to look at that. It's a really awkward shape. Let's go ahead and spin it around here. That's a real awkward shape, I know, right? So go ahead and take a look at it. I'm gonna give you a minute. If you wanna pause the video, take a look and tell me what you think. Tell me how many colors do you think we need? Okay, so we could, let's count up our boxes first, right? Let's count them up. We have our boxes, our areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we could do this with 9 colors. Sure we could, right? If we have 9 spots, we could easily use 9 colors. I don't even know if I have 9 colored beads, but I'm sure I do. I'll just use white here, pink, and I've got looks like I don't know, teal, and then let's go ahead and do orange, okay? So sure, and then, oh, I forgot my middle one, and then we'll just go with gray. I already have gray, so let's do black, yellow. So I have 9 colors, and this definitely works, right? But it's not very efficient. And what I mean efficient is, it's not using the least amount of colors to color the most amount of space. And this will make sense at the end when I talk about why we do this. So, what do you think? Maybe I could, well, I've got orange here. So this is called trial and error. Do I have another orange bead? Yes, I do. Somewhere. So I could do this. So that works. What if I do this? Okay, so that was 8. What if I do this? I do orange, and then I do another orange. So this is definitely starting to shape up here. So that looks pretty good. So now I've got 7 orange, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and then I forgot my 7, okay? So this definitely works, 7 colors. Could we get down to 6? Yeah, I think we could. I could easily turn this into pink if I have another pink bead. I know I do. Oh, there we are. So I could turn this into pink, and that works, right? Pink, pink. So now we're down to 6. So let's do orange, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down to 6 colors. Okay, let's try, oh, I don't know. Oh, how about we take away the gray and we put another pink one there. So that would definitely work. And then now we're down to 5 colors. Okay, that works pretty good. You know, I got a feeling though, we could probably get this down to 4. I just have this feeling. Because right now we've got 5, and it looks really good, right? I mean, this is really good. And if you had 5 colors, you'd be fine, right? Orange, 1, pink, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. But check this out. I'm gonna sweep this off, and I'm gonna change this orange and orange. And now I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna go blue, and then I'm gonna go blue, and then I'm gonna go blue again. Cool. Now that just leaves me with 2, 3, 4 squares. I've got 2 colors up there. Let's go ahead and put red next to blue, and then, oh, I don't know, let's do red next to blue. And then let's go ahead and get my, I don't have yellow, what do I have? Green? I do have green. And then we'll do green, and then green. Look at that, we have 4 colors. We did this with 4 colors. It's pretty cool. Let's check it out. Orange, 1, blue, 2, 1, 2, 3. Green, 3, and red is 4. Sorry, that was a mistake. Red, 1, orange, 2, blue, 3, green, 4. We did it in 4 colors. Oh, I forgot, this is number 4. All right, let's go ahead and start coloring it in and see what that looks like. And look at that, right? Now I know my coloring is not the best, and I'm sure if you were in kindergarten, I'm sure your teachers would not be happy about me coloring over the line, but hey, I'm going for speed and efficiency and just to show you. But let's test it out again. Ready? Orange, 1, and I'll even put the numbers here. Check this out. 1, do blue, 2, red, 3, green, 4. And there we have it. That is pretty cool. We used it in 4 colors. That's pretty awesome, right? I think it's kind of cool when we do that, because it really just shows you that you don't have to use a lot of colors to color a map, and you can do this with as few colors. You can even do it with just 4 colors. Okay, I know I promised you a 5th one. I do want to save some of these for the map because I'm going to print out maps for you guys. But let's go ahead and come back to the lab, and I want to explain why should you care about the Four Color Theorem. What does this have to do with anything, and who really cares? So go ahead and join me back up at the lab, and we will end this lab. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me back here. And it's been a great, I get to color, even though I don't color very well, I kind of scribble. You guys get the idea. And 2, this is just like, I love math, because it is part of STEM, right? Science, technology, engineering, math. I do love math, and I think it's awesome, and it answers so many questions, and it also poses a lot of questions too. All right, hey, if you enjoyed this, fantastic. Hey, part 2 is coming up in about 2 weeks. I'm gonna send home a couple maps with you, and we're gonna color some maps. It's gonna be really cool. So not only do you get to learn a little bit of geography, you're also gonna learn the Four Color Theorem again, and we're gonna apply it with some maths. Maths? What am I, British? Maps. Maps and maths, right? Very close together. Hey, this has been Mr. C with STEM with Mr. C. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Hey, leave a comment. Tell me what you learned. Fill out that exit ticket. Take a picture of you coloring this, or hey, show me a video, right? I love to see your guys' videos. You guys do this way better than me anyway, all right? I will catch you all next week. We'll do some more math, and our math thing coming up is Fibonacci's spiral. Stay tuned, and you don't want to miss it next week.